Finally, the myth, the legend that is the Zack Snyder's Justice League is here. So many people wanted this, so many people rallied behind this, and it's finally here. But क्या सच में इतनी हाइप और एंटिसिपेशन की हकदार है ये मूवी? Let's talk about it. Hi guys, मैं हूँ सुमित and this is Geek Adda where we talk about movies, shows and much more. Go ahead and hit subscribe to enjoy more of our videos and just geek out. ज़्यादा सस्पेंस क्या बनाना, Zack Snyder's Justice League is 1000% a better movie than the theatrical version released in 2017. To be honest, I didn't hate the 2017 version as much as other people do, but that movie definitely had some pretty big flaws and I never had the urge to watch it again after the first time. अब जब मैं Zack Snyder की Justice League देख चुका हूँ तो मुझे हैरानी हो रही कि कैसे वार्नर ब्रदर्स ने सोचा कि ये कट बेकार है और कैसे ये समझ लिया कि जॉस व्हीडन के रीशूट से जो मूवी बनी थी 2017 में वो इससे बेटर थी. That was such a bad call. I am so sad that we didn't get to see this movie in 2017. अगर ये वर्जन 2017 में रिलीज हुआ होता तो डेफिनेटली ये सिनेमैटिक यूनिवर्स और आगे बढ़ता एंड वी कुड हैव गॉटन मोर स्टोरीज फ्रॉम इट. बट देर आए दुरुस्त आए. स्नाइडर कट ने कुछ उम्मीद फिर डाल दी है DCU में. स्नाइडर कट इज बिगर एंड बेटर. The stories and the characters are so much more fleshed out and have so much more depth to them. Of course इसमें बहुत बड़ा रोल मूवी के रन टाइम का भी है जो कि 4 घंटे का है. एक 4 घंटे की मूवी डेफिनेटली ज़्यादा अच्छे से कैरेक्टर और स्टोरी डेवलपमेंट दिखा सकती है कंपेयर टू अ 2 hour मूवी. But there is no denying that Zack Snyder's vision for these characters, their lives and their arcs was so much better. Compared to the 2017 version, this movie gave so much more depth to each and every character. I especially loved how much better roles Cyborg and Flash had in this. Both became such an incredible part of the movie, जबकि पहले वर्जन में दोनों ही बस एवं ही थे मूवी में. Cyborg तो दिल है इस मूवी का. His arc is very beautiful, very heartbreaking, yet extremely satisfying. बहुत सारे टचिंग सीन्स थे Cyborg के स्टोरी में. Snyder Cut almost feels like an origin movie for Cyborg. Same for Flash. Flash has probably the most exciting and goosebump-filled scene in the entire movie. I wasn't a fan of Miller's Flash after the theatrical version, but now I am excited for his solo movie. Apart from the heroes, even the villain is so much more better this time. Steppenwolf had a stronger arc and a definitive motive in this version. It was clearly shown what he wanted to achieve and why he wanted it. We got to see his pain and at times I almost felt sympathetic for him. And इससे पता लगता है कि he was a well-written villain. His CGI too looked so much better this time, so much more crispier. He looked great in action scenes and especially loved his live armor. There were a few scenes जहाँ पे CGI थोड़ा unfinished लगता है मूवी में. पता लग जाता है कि ये वो सीन है जो स्नाइडर ने रीशूट किए हैं रिसेंटली एंड शायद इन सीन्स को वो ट्रीटमेंट या वो बजट नहीं मिला जो एक्चुअल मूवी के सीन्स को मिला था. But overall, Snyder Cut is a much more beautiful looking movie compared to 2017 one. We get to see more of the shots due to its 4:3 aspect ratio. The color grading is so much more pleasing to the eyes. The final battle that looked terrible in the first version due to its weird red background looked so much more better and so much more amazing in the Snyder Cut. The Themyscira battle scenes were so much more powerful this time. Acting done by all of the actors was also very good. सबने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. स्नाइडर कट में फोकस थोड़ा कम था सुपरमैन पे जो कि अच्छा लगा मुझे. इट वॉजंट लाइक द 2017 मूवी वेयर सुपरमैन स्टोल द थंडर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स. यहाँ सारे हीरोज़ को इक्वली शाइन करने का मौका मिला. एंड थैंक गॉड स्नाइडर कट में बैटमैन कॉमेडी नहीं कर रहा था. नीदर वॉज सुपरमैन डिलीवरिंग दोज बैड क्रिंज लाइन्स इन द फाइनल बैटल. वीडन ने अपनी जस्टिस लीग के फाइनल बैटल को इतना इरिटेटिंग बना दिया था ड्यू टू द बैड कॉमेडी एंड द क्रिंज डायलॉग्स प्लेस्ड ऑल ओवर द सीन्स. In the Snyder Cut, there is no such issue. So the battle seems so much more serious and the stakes feel so much more real. Of course, Snyder Cut में comedy है, but it is so much more tasteful and in the right amount. जब मैंने Snyder Cut देखा तो मुझे realize हुआ कि जितने भी scenes मुझे 2017 की मूवी में पसंद आए थे वो सारे scenes Snyder के शॉट किए हुए हैं. So there's that. From filmmaking point of view, I didn't like 2 things in the movie. The first one was the music choices in some of the scenes. Especially in action scenes where there were far too many changes happening in the background music. It was like हर scene में music change हो रहा था. It felt annoying. I don't like when background music becomes too empowering in a scene and Snyder Cut में ये problem कई बार दिखी मुझे. Wonder Woman के scenes में तो कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो रहा था ये सब. They also added this weird music to her theme. पता नहीं क्या था वो, but it was just too distracting. Another thing that I didn't like was the overuse of slow motion shots. especially at the start of the movie. It felt like every other scene was in slow motion. Starting mein I thought it was too annoying, but eventually you get used to it after the first half an hour. I think Snyder overindulges in music and visuals of a movie, and this is both his strength and weakness. There were also a few scenes which I thought were not that important or were far too stretched out that made the movie a bit longer. But I don't mind the longer runtime, so those scenes were not an issue for me. Now I'm going to share some spoilers, so if you haven't watched the movie, this is a warning to stop watching this video. We DC fans finally got to see a dark side in a live action movie. And dude, he was as menacing as you'd think he must be. I found some plot conveniences with his inclusion overall, like how he forgot that Earth was the planet that has anti-life equation. I mean, come on, you are an intergalactic warlord who has won like thousands of planets, but one planet that defeated you, how can you forget about that? I mean, come on, that's not possible. But damn, it was amazing to finally get to see him in a Justice League movie. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जैक स्नाइडर ने अगर ये मूवी 2017 में बनाई होती तो ये एग्जैक्टली ऐसी नहीं होती जो हम आज देख रहे हैं. He has definitely added and changed many things in these 3 years to get his ideal version of the movie. डार्क साइड की भी मोस्ट आर्क मुझे लगता है बाद में ऐड हुई है स्टोरी में, एंड इट वॉज डेफिनेटली द बेस्ट थिंग दैट स्नाइडर एडेड टू द मूवी. जो पोस्ट अपोकलिप्टिक विजन सीन्स थे वेयर ही हैज टर्न्ड द अर्थ इनटू अपोकलिप्स एंड हैज किल्ड मेनी ऑफ द जेएल मेंबर्स और टर्न्ड देम, दे लुक्ड सो गुड. It would be a crime not to show fans more from that universe. The last nightmare scenes were also very cool. वो भी अभी recently shoot हुए हैं, ये साफ पता लगता है. And you can clearly see that the actors shot these scenes separately and then they were edited together. I love to see this Elseworld where the heroes and villains have united against Darkseid. The Joker and Batman interaction scenes were amazing, and so were the dialogues. The shots were a bit weird at few places, especially those extra zoomed in facial shots of Joker. I have no idea why they shot it like that, but overall it was a great Elseworld scene. One part that I am sure was added later by Snyder and one that I didn't care much for was the inclusion of Martian Manhunter. The scene where he goes to see Lois Lane in the form of Martha Kent was weird as fuck. That scene shouldn't have been there. Even the interaction he had at the end with Bruce Wayne had some weird features and some weird dialogues, but at least that scene added something to the movie and gave fans a good moment. But that Lois Lane scene I thought was just unnecessary and kind of out of place. But this is a superhero movie made for the fans, literally. So I'm going to overlook some of the fan service scenes. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a superhero movie that is going to satisfy most people. It has a cohesive story, well-written beloved characters, great action scenes and cinematic beauty. It's a movie DC fans deserved, and it has definitely reignited my love for the DCEU. I don't know if we will ever get a sequel to this, but at this moment this movie gave us everything we wanted from a Justice League movie. I know मूवी में अभी भी कुछ कमियां थी, but इसे देखते वक्त पूरे 4 घंटे I was just mesmerized, invested and thoroughly entertained. तो मैं ज़्यादा नहीं सोचूंगा and I'm just going to go ahead and give Zack Snyder's Justice League a 5 out of 6. Snyder Cut is a superhero movie of epic proportions. It is lot darker, lot more focused and has a lot more heart than the previous version. I doubt कि किसी भी CVM lover को ये मूवी पसंद नहीं आएगी. I am glad that Zack Snyder was able to complete his movie the way he wanted, and I am glad that we were able to see it. So guys, that was it for today. Let me know how you felt about Zack Snyder's Justice League in the comments below. If you liked the video, please strike that like and consider to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. तब तक के लिए bye bye.